wanna find three people better. I don't think you're ready for this exhibit. Giving every real sports fan what they want. Non-sports news, but it's cool, simple.
Sybil is our girl about town, always shoving a mic in somebody's face, getting into the coolest parties, monkeying around with fan audio, or sometimes taking my words out of context and making me look like a damn fool. Sybil, take it away.
Happy third birthday, little man.
Little man.
Little man Williams turns 3 today.
Not a real good name for a dog, but I understand
That's
where
one of
you're
the
going.
most tremendous names ever applied to a dog.
I actually call my little dog Little Man, too.
See, it's a great name. If you're going to call him that, then I got 3 great names for my dogs. Lexi, Lewis, and Little Man.
Except Lewis is Lulu. You just call her Lewis.
Lewis, yeah. Call her Lewis.
My dogs are Biff Barkley and Duncan. And Duncan's a girl.
Good names.
Yeah.
Good names. I love Duncan.
So, good friend of the show, Sergeant H2O. He comes up here and does an Ask the Trainer segment with us every now and again.
Colonel Water.
Sergeant Waterowski.
Captain Liquid.
He sent me an email today
General Juicy.
after hearing us talk about the Prosper Homeowners Association yesterday.
Lieutenant Liquid.
And he is highly outraged.
What's he got?
Well, he lives in North Richland Hills. It's a subdivision called Fountain Ridge,
I
which
know
is
it well.
apparently new and snooty
Yep,
because they
know
have
it
an
is.
HOA. So he put up a flagpole in his front yard. He's a veteran.
He's a vet.
Yeah, he served in the Army for 4 years. And as a show of respect, he decided to erect his flagpole.
On the board.
Somebody complained. Either someone in the HOA drove by and saw it,
Yes.
or another
No.
nosy neighbor
No.
saw it.
No.
Well, it's always your neighbors who are in the
No.
HOA anyway, so maybe one of them
It's
saw
not
it.
an innocent just neighbor, because who would have a problem with a flagpole in the neighborhood? It's the HOA whole little 57-year-old woman ninny who has nothing to do and all day to do it.
They told him, Sergeant H2O that is, that flying the U.S. flag diminishes the property value.
Whoa, my God. Are you serious?
Because
Really?
of the flagpole in the front yard.
Read
You could
that
have
again. Read
Any
that
old,
again.
Any old flag on there, having your flagpole, including the U.S. flag, diminishes property value.
So could he, fly the North Richland Hills flag? Or the
Right.
Texas flag? Could he fly the Texas flag?
No.
So no flag.
No flagpole. They told him, he actually wrote a letter because he said, well, listen, I'm a veteran. I'm showing my support for our country. And they said, well, if you feel like you have a good reason why you should keep your flagpole up, you have to request a hearing so
Nope.
we can amend our
I'd take them all the way.
ruling.
I'd take them all the way to court. There's no way you'd find 12 people that would say you cannot fly the American flag or the American flag diminishes property value.
Totally agree.
Are you kidding me?
He said that there are a few other veterans in his neighborhood, and one of the guys who lives on his street actually has commented and said, I love that you have that big flagpole in your yard. And he said he's willing to go get a petition signed from everyone in the neighborhood, and I'm sure everybody would do it. I mean, think about Memorial Day and Veterans Day when people fly flags. Suddenly, are the HOA holes from North Richland Hills going to come through and tell them that they
I'm
have to
sure
take them
it's
all down?
No,
CC
because-
and R, because it's a permanent structure and that diminishes.
Right.
You gotta have
you can have one of those
contracts
you-
and applications and
You can have one of those cheap-ass flag holders and put it on one of your columns
Yep.
and stick the flag in there on Memorial Day and 4th of July,
Yep.
and I guess it'll be okay. But having a nice flagpole, you can't do that. I told you about my HOA at the lake, didn't I?
yes.
I flew Jolly Roger, Skull and Crossbones. They told me you can't fly that. Take it down. But yet, right down the road is a dude with the Confederate flag, and that's okay.
They have no idea. They could live. They could be HOA in Armin's neighborhood. He's got a freaking street sign in his yard.
Backyard jackwagon.
So Sergeant H2O said that hanging a flag off the house, like in one of those little rickety flagpoles that we're talking about that people do sometimes, is essentially in the half-mast position. So it's disrespectful to the flag. And he's been raised to appreciate it and fly it at full mast, or full staff, rather. He also said that at night you have to have a light on it, which he
They
has.
absolutely do. That's right. I've got one on mine at the lake house, a light.
I didn't know that. At nighttime, you have to have a light on
Yes,
your
you do.
U.S. flag.
Or you got to take it down. If you've
I
got
like
a light
that.
shining on it, you can keep it up overnight. But if not, and nobody's going to do anything about it. It's just
But I bet
a
you
respect.
this HOA ninny who's complaining has no idea of that. He knows a million times more about the flag than she does. And yes,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
saying she.
Sergeant H2O, I guarantee you, as a combat veteran, he knows a little bit more about the flag than some nincompoop in North Richland Hills.
What if I made him an HOA hole flag? Could he fly that? Would that offend her?
Probably.
All right, Sybil, thanks for showing us your stuff.
When in doubt, whip it out. F&A.